Bro.
How's it going,
Good
dude?
to see you.
Nice to see you. Old friends, old friends.
That's it.
Old
Grew up
friends.
mean streets, baby. Meadowville, Streetsville, together again, son. 2009, from 1996 to 2009. Ben, Billy Talent in the hizzy. Half-ass decent. You can get the cassette tape for $3 on eBay.
The cassette tape.
That's it, brother. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too, dudes. Yeah. Old friends. Old friends. Old dear friends. We all seem to, we're like the plague, like the locusts, infecting
Make us proud,
one Dundas.
Saga, baby. Make us proud.
Hello. Ben from Billy Talent here. I used to actually work here at The Edge many, many moons ago. And, well, that's where I used to come in. She wasn't here. Melanie, right?
Yes.
Melanie. I wish you were here, though. Hey, how's it going? Nice to... Thank you. I would never go down that way because that's where all the back in the day. That's where all the money people were. Took care of all the money, and I would always quickly walk by these sections and kind of stare down like this, so I didn't have to look at any of the brass in the eyes. I would usually show up a little bit late. Actually, here's where this is the boardroom. And my program director at the time was Dave Farrow, and I remember telling him that I'd be leaving The Edge because the band started. We got signed, and all these things were kind of happening. And he gave a little speech and told everyone that I was leaving. And it was nice. He was a nice man. Didn't spend much time in here, to be honest with you. Didn't photocopy anything.
Hey, man.
This is Dean Blundell. Dean Blundell Show.
Dude, you're late for work.
I know, yeah.
You're late
See?
again.
Some things never change. I was always late. And a little bit hungover. But that's okay. This was my dear friend Phil Evans' office back in the day. He used to work, he was the guy that hired me and believed in me. I had no high school education. I had no college degree. And I came in for an interview because my friend George Stambolopoulos referred me. And I came in here and we sat and we talked, and he's like, well, do you have a diploma? I'm like, no. He's like, well, why should I hire you? Blah, blah, blah. And it was a good interview. We ended up chatting and getting along really well, and I was walking home and kind of being like, oh, that sucks. I'm not going to get the job. And he called me and said, you start on Monday. And so he believed in me, so he was the first guy to actually give me a shot. And now he's in Vancouver, and I love him and miss him. So when I was really hungover, and this is a true story, I would come into this little room because it was like a storage room back in the day, and there was no stuff in here. And I would actually, it was like, they had the mops and the brooms and stuff, and I would actually sleep on the ground in here. This is where I would nap. Good worker, huh? Really good worker. Hello. This was my office, more or less. My dear friend Jim McCordy, who now is in London, Ontario. This is where I learned how to do everything. I had the opportunity to become the producer for Live in Toronto, which was a great little magazine show on The Edge back in the day. Hopefully it will come back around again. And this is where I would do all the pre-production for the show, do all the phoners when people would call in. And me and there was my friend Barry Taylor. Him and I, he used to come in here and we used to do a lot of stuff, and he'd help me out a lot. You never really wanted to go into these sections over here. Hello, how are you? You never wanted to go into those sections because that's where you were either in trouble, because I'm not sure, is that where the program director is? Is that the program? Yeah. You never wanted to go into that office, and I would always be like, Ben, I need to see you for a second. I'm like, shit. But mind you, I never really got that much in trouble. This room over here, there was never a pretty girl sitting in here, but it's a nice addition. I see things have changed. This is where I used to do the Indie Hour, and it looks like the exact same board and the exact same stuff from 1883. And my best memory that I have in here is I got a call one day from Tony at Epitaph, and she's like, I have Joe Strummer. He's going to come in 20 minutes. Are you okay with that? And I was like, So I called Bookie, and next thing I know, Joe Strummer walks in here. He sat down in that room over there, and I sat in here, and Bookie and Joe were in there, and they talked for 45 minutes. And then Joe came in here, and him and I had a little Nerf football that I always used to have in here. and Joe and I tossed the football around and talked rock. And it wasn't shortly thereafter. Hey, what's that? What's that? It's our new song, "Rusted from the Rain." Pretty good song. And yeah, so that's my favorite memory in this neighborhood, because meeting Joe Strummer is one of my idols. And but we've had lots of people up here.
Just don't take him to the bathroom. You don't want to know that.
Yeah. Okay. That room was never really a room when I was here. And this is where my dear friend Robbie Johnson, he helped me out the most when I was first starting to get in production and stuff like that. He was definitely gave me, he had a lot of patience with me, because I wasn't the most technically savvy person in the world, and he was patient enough to show me the ropes, so to speak. So I'm always forever indebted to him. So, and that's pretty much it. That's my little tour of where I used to work and what I used to do. I had a lot of fun here, a lot of good memories. A lot of great people have come in and out of here, and there's still a lot of great people here, so it's nice to see things still going. So, good times. See you later.